Peace, 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 Facebook. I'm back on, and it's really quite fitting that there's this like incredible light behind me, but I'm at a place of like he was like Malagasy royalty, but the interesting story about it is that he was like a Moor. His name was Habib, and he came and like brought like all kinds of astrology. He brought a kind of what do you call it, cosmology. It's called Vitanan here, but I just want to show you like the sacred ground where he's buried and his wife is buried. And the another interesting thing about here is that like when you point at tombs, you can't point with your finger direct. You have to point with like a short finger because it's just a sign of respect. So I'm going to show you where someone who was a Moor came to Madagascar and established himself as the king. Another interesting thing about this space actually is that they were showing how they tell time here, and they don't tell time according to the hour. They tell time according to the work that you do. So it'll be like it's the time to get the. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see. It's the time to take out the cows. It's the time to whatever it is. And it's so funny because there's this thing called Pamsav, which is witches, which is not like in the kind of way. This is so beautiful here. It's like in the mountains or whatever. But I'm going to take you down a little bit. It's so peaceful here. I can see why this would be a place where a man who's strong, a chief, would install himself. But yeah, and it's so interesting because what we call king over here Panzaka, but it was during the time of this guy Habib that we started to use that expression because Zaka means to be able to share, and the fact that he was able to have cow and share it, that's what made him worthy to be like a king or to be royal or to be the chief. So I thought that that was a really beautiful lesson. This is one of his tomb right here. His son's tomb is over here, and the man that you might see walking around here, he is the actually the spiritual caretaker of this whole space, and he knows so much, but of course is not divulging everything. You have to really be hi everybody. You really have to be here for a little while for people to want to take you seriously. But it is just so beautifully quiet here. Now here's the tomb of the Moor, Habib, who came over here. And obviously they do a lot of rites here and stuff like that because evidence of people doing rites is simple things like candles and whatnot. There's a place where you can put special prayers, but people still come here every single Sunday and do special things, have special rituals or whatever. But yeah, I just thought I would share with you a piece of Madagascar. Oh, okay. So when I was saying about the witches, right? So witches here are not considered like a cool thing. Like witches, I'm turning back to me. Witches are kind of like scary here, and it's so funny because on the clock they showed a clock of like what time it is, but the time is defined by doing, like what you do. And so there's an hour from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. 11 p.m. the witches come out, they say, and at 2 a.m. they say they go back home. So that kind of tickled me that like in the everyday hours was the time for not so well doers, we'll call them evil doers, to do their work, which means stay in your house. Okay, peace.